After a long time, Redmi finally has a budget phone that has some big upgrades. But the big questions are simple. Is this the Redmi Note comeback we've been waiting for? Is this the phone to get around 20k? What's great? What's not so great? This is Rupesh, you're watching Sillycorns. Time to hit that subscribe button for the coolest tech videos and that bell icon for the coolest me. And this is our Redmi Note 15 first impressions. So this is what the new Redmi Note 15 looks like, and the very first thing I notice is this is very much like the more expensive Redmi Note 14 Pro from last year, and honestly that's great around 20k. It's got the curved sides, the clean back with the big camera island in the center, so no wobble on a table, great, and it's got those shiny rails around. This is certainly a contender for the most good looking, most premium phone around 20k. And yes, the back is plastic and so is the frame, but the in-hand feel is fantastic because this is very sleek at just 7.35 millimeters. It's lightweight at just 178 grams, which is great because let's face it, every phone these days is closer to 200 grams. And yes, it's a tall phone, but it's actually very comfy in the hand. Now I know what you're thinking, thin, lightweight, probably compromise on the battery. Well, not really. So this has a 5520 mAh silicon carbon battery inside, which is big considering how sleek and light this is. This is slimmer and lighter than the Redmi Note 14 from last year while packing in a bigger battery. And yeah, we've only had the phone for a few days so far, but the battery life has been insanely good. Like I got a screen on time of 7.5 hours and the phone still had 10% left, and this was with a mix of Wi-Fi and Airtel 5G, lots of Instagram, some gaming, camera use and some YouTube, so pretty solid. At a moderate day-to-day usage, the battery life should be even better. Plus the good thing is this comes with a 45 watt turbocharger which takes it fully from 10 to 100% in exactly 1 hour, and it's like typical Xiaomi and Poco phones. There's also 18 watt reverse wired charging, so you can charge your friend's iPhone too if you want. Now coming back to this design, durability wise, this is military grade certified, this is IP65 and IP66 rated, so can handle some rain, some splashes of water, it's all good, and the screen works when it's wet. And talking about the screen, this is probably the biggest highlight if you ask me. The screen here is 3D curved in a subtle way, there's no weird chin on the bottom, comes with a pre-applied screen protector. There's also these ceiling stickers in the box if you plan to apply a UV tempered glass, yeah thanks Xiaomi. But is the screen a 6.77 inch FHD Plus AMOLED with 120Hz refresh rate, 3200 nits of peak brightness, TOV triple certification for eye protection, so great for late night reels or the movies. And this screen looks great. First up, it gets very bright, so no issues in visibility even under direct sun. Secondly, the colors are punchy, looks very sharp, and this is a great screen for watching movies and TV shows, and even your reels are all superb for the price. And the only thing missing is HDR. And in fact, even the speakers are good. Dual stereo speakers, Dolby Atmos is here and gets pretty loud, clarity is good too. What I also like is that the haptics are good for a budget smartphone, strong, springly at times, but mostly I like it for the price. Now completing this design is a USB-C port on the bottom along with the mic, the speaker and the hybrid dual SIM plus micro SD slot. On the top, you get the Eye Blaster, the secondary speaker and another mic. On the right, you get the usual buttons, and the left is lonely, just like my heart, so please subscribe. Apart from that, there's no NFC. There is an in-display fingerprint scanner which works really well, so no issues there. But the next big highlight of this phone is the camera setup. The big upgrade is the new 108 megapixel sensor here with OIS and what Redmi calls the master pixel camera. And along with that, you get an 8 megapixel ultra wide, which I'm glad Redmi did not skip. And on the front, you get the same good 20 megapixel camera from the 14. Now, still early days, but we've been taking a lot of photos from this phone, and so far the photos have been good. It's probably the only smartphone in this segment with a 108 megapixel camera, and you get all of the 108 megapixel advantages. Check out these photos, great detail, good dynamic range, colors look nice without going overboard. The low light shots are also bright and nice. Yes, some shots taken in really low light can come out a bit soft. The portrait mode seems good most of the time, but yes, skin tones seem a bit inconsistent. But yes, I'm here to compare things and it's a budget phone. And yes, you can also use the Ultra HD mode, which clicks full 108 megapixel photos, which have a lot of detail. There's also a 3x shortcut in the camera app, and even that gives you pretty usable results. The ultra wide does a good job with colors, but yeah, details drop when you zoom in. We also took some selfies from the 20 megapixel camera, and they turn out pretty good. Good skin tones, good details on the face, be it good light or even in low light. Now, as for videos, the main camera can record 4K 30 FPS, while the front camera is still limited to 1080p 30. Now, moving on to the performance, this comes with the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 with 8GB of LPDDR4X RAM. Yep, thankfully no 6GB variant this time. And you get 128GB or 256GB of UFS 2.2 storage. Now, I know this is not a very performance-oriented phone, but day to day, the phone runs smooth, apps open quickly, the animations look good enough, and I know this is not a gaming phone, but I know a lot of you guys play BGMI, so we did some gaming, and we got an average FPS of 58.3 for a half-hour match, and even in COD Mobile, we got 59.9 FPS, so yeah, this can do your usual gaming, and the good thing is, this phone doesn't heat at all. And yes, this is running HyperOS 2 based on Android 15 out of the box, and I know Android 16 would have made things awesome, but good news, this will get 4 years of voice updates and 6 years of security patches, so solid stuff. And HyperOS, as we all know, is feature rich, and it's got some really good features like this AI search powered by Gemini, which is very fast, and there's also things like web search and uploading files. There's also Gemini Live and circular search, AI features in gallery like AI eraser and beautify, and you can of course record calls without warning. And then there's some basic Xiaomi interconnectivity features too. Now yes, there are some pre-installed apps, these pre-installed games, there's also glance on the lock screen, and even some ads in global search, but yeah, you can uninstall or turn off most of these things. Look, this was your first look at the Redmi Note 15 in India, and coming from the Redmi Note 14, this has some big upgrades. And the design is way more premium now, the fact it's sleek and lightweight is great for the price range, especially since there's no compromise on the battery. The display is also brighter, speakers are good, haptics too. You also get longer software updates, camera so far seem good enough for the price. Now it's not perfect, nothing is. It's not made for heavy gaming, skin tones and portraits need some optimization, and there is some bloat. But yeah, this can be a good balanced option for a lot of people. Anyway, you tell me what you think of the new Redmi Note 15. Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.